Okay, so this is just a quick video that we're going through just to make sure that everyone's happy enough with how to draw. We're going to do a hexagon on this side using the compass method, and then we're going to do an octagon on this side. So we haven't actually looked at doing an octagon, but I said I might as well combine the two of them together just to get it done. So first one we're going to start off with is how do we find how do we start off with a hexagon. So we were doing the question there today, which kind of caught some people out just because we weren't given the base, we were given the perpendicular height. So remember, we were given the perpendicular height was equal to 140, and we can't use that perpendicular height to go and find our sides because they're not a perpendicular height, them lines are at an angle. So we can't use that height, or we cut in half that and use that 70. So I'm just going to go through how to do it basically, and because I went through with a lot of you there today on how to do that question, so I think everyone should be okay, but I said we'll just go through it here just to make sure everyone's happy enough. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just say that we do 360 divided by 6 because it's a hexagon, it has 6 sides, which gives us 60 degrees. That is our external angle. Okay, so that's the most important. We need that before we can even start anything. And then I'm going to start, so I'm just going to draw a line in, that's going to be my baseline. And I'm going to say from what we said we make our base. We'll make our base 60, sure. Okay, so 0 to 60. Okay, there's my first 2 lines drawn in. Now all I have to do is draw my 60 degree lines out. Draw my second 60 degree line out. Okay, then I'll grab my compass, and I could go and measure this off my set square, or I could just place it down at my start point, extend it out until it hits my other point, and I can start marking that off onto the 2 lines. Perfect, that's them 2. Now before we go any further, I'm going to send my 2 shoulders straight up, so that way we know where we need to hit for our next 2 lines. So same thing, grabbing my compass again, making sure it hasn't moved, send that out to where it hits my first shoulder, and then second shoulder, and then speed it up. I'll just connect the 2 of them. There's my first line in, there's my second, and that is our hexagon constructed. So I'm just going to heavy this in just to make sure it shows up nice and clear on the camera. And then obviously the likes of these 2 lines that are going straight up, they'd be nice and light, and the ones that we did at the start, 2 60 degree lines, they'd be nice and light as well, just to make the page look nice and neat. So that's as basic as it gets to construct a hexagon. So it's nice and easy, you just have to remember the steps, but the steps don't change. You find your external angle, you draw out your external angle, and then you're using your compass to mark it off. You could use the circle method as well, which is very similar. So you do the same thing, except you use a circumcircle, and then you know that every point of your hexagon has to hit, or every corner of your hexagon has to hit off that circle, but whichever way you prefer.